right, I'll just give it a minute to catch up. See a few people popping in there. If you can just let me know if you can hear me okay, that would be great. Hi, Sonia. Can you hear me okay? How are you, my friend? Ooh, I'm chilly. I'm wearing my Galaxy custom swag that Anna sent me. Dressed for comfort today. Hi, oh, good neighbor. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Is the sound okay? It's not like going crazy. Hey, I can see hearts. Hi, Dolores. Yeah. All right, so just to remind everybody, I am cutting this live. I'm actually going to try to do some of my cutting videos live to see if they get a little bit more action. My last live, we talked about it, and everybody wanted me to still do the cutting videos. So we're going to try this format, unless it's for, say, a class tutorial or for a launch tutorial, then I will not be going live for those. I will do pre-recorded, but otherwise, I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to turn on some more lights here. You like my tee? I actually don't wear t-shirts very often, but I mean, it's Galaxy Customs. I like swag. Okay, so just a reminder that I am doing this live. I do live on a busy street, so you will hear cars going by. You will hear the living noises of my house between my kids, my husband, my pets, etc. Today, just as pre-warning, I have not muted my phone or anything at all, mainly because we have three major family things happening today. So I've come on here to do this to kind of distract myself. My mother-in-law is having a surgery as we speak. She's been under the knife for an hour. My brother-in-law is getting some stem cells harvested today, as he does have a multiple myeloma. Just found out in December. So that's going on. Plus, the Jackson farm up in Knutsford in Calla is here. That's where my brother-in-law lives. And of course, he's in Vancouver getting his cancer stuff done. His place and the farm that's been in the family for over 100 years, is under wildfire evacuation notice. So I do have my phone on for that reason. So if any emergencies happen and I cut this short, you guys know why, okay? And I know that's probably oversharing, but I'm an open book, and I don't want anybody to think it's rude that I've kept my phone on for any reason. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Cynthia. So yeah, so today I have pulled out an oldie but a goodie. We are going to be cutting out the Juniper Toiletries Tote by Blue Calla. You know what? I'm going to show the picture because it's part of the pattern piece. This is what we're cutting out today by Blue Calla. This toiletries tote is my favorite men's toiletries tote that I have made every single male in my family. It could be made for females as well, of course, but it's just a great tote that is masculine, and they all love it. My dad actually took his when we went to Ontario. My brother has one. Believe it or not, I have not made my husband or my son some. Maybe I should be doing that. This one is for a friend's husband for his 50th birthday, so I figured I would go live and cut this out and get a cutting video done. Hi, Kathy. Don's watching for the foot guy. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? He hasn't come on in a long time. I blocked him. So, so yeah, I have a link to where this pattern is on the Blue Calla website down below. Again, it's been probably 2 years since I've made one, but again, I've probably made a dozen of these. So you like that, Anna? Wearing my Galaxy Custom swag in comfort. So yeah. I'm not dressed super fancy today, as I usually try to get dressed up for my videos. It's all about comfort for me today. So we are wearing, this is actually the type of stuff I sew in t-shirts, and it's already getting stuff stuck to me. Oh, I think that's part of my animals. Yes, there's, I have Mr. Dexter down at the end of the table here. He's taking a nap. But yeah, so what will I be using for this bag? I'm kind of going over the pattern pieces. Oh, one thing I will be doing different in this. So one of my biggest stresses about doing cutting videos is when we have measured pattern pieces, I can't give out those measurements. And when I was doing the table down view, I was trying to cover up the numbers on my rulers as I was cutting them out so you guys wouldn't see them. So what I'm going to try to do going forward, as you can see, with my new setup in here, you kind of can see my table here, but when I go into into measurement pattern pieces, I'm going to bring it back up to face view like this. So you see me cutting it still, you just cannot see what those measurements are. And then when we go back to table view, I will be able to show you how I placed it or whatever. So does that work for everybody? I think that is, hi Nicole, I think that is the best solution for that. I don't want to make any designers upset when I'm doing cutting. Nobody has gotten upset, but that is my biggest stress, and that is the way I'm going to get over it. Kathy's totally, oh, usually barefoot and in PJs? Me too. Oh no, Lynn, your fur baby Pete's at the vet ER today. I hope he'll be okay. I'm sure he will be. Just catching up on the chat there. Okay, so what I will be doing this, I'm on a venture of trying to use up my scraps. So I want to do this one in a blue color. This is my scrap, but I'm also going to be opening another roll. So my exterior vinyl and my piping is going to be in the Blue Jay variegated Canuck vinyl from Galaxy Customs. Galaxy Customs. That is not paid advertisement. I truly love Galaxy Customs, and we all know Anna is one of my bestie. But I would not use these if they weren't the bomb for vinyl. So Galaxy Customs is probably 90% of my vinyl that I buy. So I just love it. So it just happens, Galaxy Customs. Whoops, Galaxy Customs. I'm not sure if this is still carried. Anna is in here. Maybe she can tell us if she still carries this Blue Jay variegated Canuck vinyl. I bought this over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. So again, it's been in my stash. I always buy 2 rolls at a time. I have this much left of the last roll and a full roll. So we'll be doing that for the exterior. And for the lining, I am going to be going with this bright orange. So we have a hockey team here in Kamloops called the Kamloops Blazers, and these are the team colors. So that is what we're going for. He is a avid Kamloops Blazers fan, so I think this will be perfect. I wanted to go waterproof canvas for the lining because it is a toiletries bag. It'll be easier to clean out. So this is the waterproof canvas that I get from Fabricville. I think it's a 600 denier-ish. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for my lining. Anna says, thank you. I try to make sure I carry quality vinyls. Yes, I still carry it. Not sure if it's in stock though. Okay. So what I like about these variegated, I don't know if you can see, can you see? There you go. You can kind of see it kind of has a shadow of black in it too, or maybe that's really dark blue. These are just gorgeous, these variegateds. I think I have another one called Coyote, maybe. It's a brown color. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. So yeah. I do have Galaxy Customs website linked down below in the description if you need to check that out. She is a Canadian supplier. Hi, Rhonda. Oh, there goes Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, for posting Galaxy Customs website. Again, Blue Calla is a Canadian designer out of Ontario as well. And she also has her own line of fabrics. She carries fabrics and hardware and vinyls and interfacings and everything as well. So shout out to Celine of Blue Calla for her amazing patterns. That is linked down below if you want to check out her website. All of my hardware in this will be from Emmaline bags, except for my zippers and zipper pulls I get from Blue Calla. But the rest of it will be Emmaline bags. My heavy stable, actually, I don't remember what stabilizers we need. Let me look at the pattern. It's been a long time. Okay, so we need some fusible fleece, so I will be using a fusible fleece, a Pellon fusible fleece, which I get from Emmaline bags. You need foam interfacing, 20 by 11 piece, and I will be using the Pretty in Pink Sew Foam from Galaxy Customs, which is my absolute favorite sew foam, but you can use any sew foam you like, soft and stable, Pellon Flex Foam. 2 yards of fusible woven interfacing. I will not be using any woven interfacing in this as I am not using quilting cotton, but if I were to be using fusible interfacing, it would be EB Fuse Light from Emmaline bags, but because I'm using waterproof canvas, I don't have to do it. Yay! And it calls for Peltex. I will not be using Peltex. I will be using a Decovil Heavy for my heavy stabilizer, and I also get that from Emmaline bags. All right, let me just double check to make sure. Again, I have not made one of these in a very, very, very long time, and I haven't read over the pattern in a little while, so this should be fun. Nicole says the variegated vinyls are amazing. They absolutely are, 100%. Hey, Rhonda, did I say hi already? I don't remember who I said hi to. Okay. Well, how about we get started? Again, I will not be giving pattern measurements, and I won't be cutting the interfacing live because we all use different interfacings. So I just like to let you know during the cutting videos what kind of interfacing I will be using. Hi, Bomb Cherry. Awesome. Okay, so let me put this. Oh, I hope I set my cameras up. Is this view okay? Again, I just finished switching over my studio, so we have a different view of everything now. I got my Timmy's. I've been working on my dark roast 2 cream 1 sweetener for a couple hours now. I just reheated it again. Hey, Sandy. It's already getting cold again. That's okay. I like iced coffee. Okay, so let me put this down to split table view. You guys let me know if this view is okay. And again, when I go to pattern measurements, I will be putting it back up to face view. Is the light okay? Can you guys see everything okay? You like the new setup, Cynthia? I do too, actually. I find I have a little bit more space to work with. Try not to run over my puppy's head. He's right at the end of my table here sleeping. Okay. So if you watched my cutting videos before, you will know that I go through a cutting chart and I mark everything off with my air erasing Soline pen, because when you mark it off, when you go to make the pattern the next time, the marks have disappeared all by themselves, which is a lot less work for me. So the cutting chart in this pattern, again, I printed this off years ago. I don't know if it's been updated. I'm just going off of my old one. So if you have the pattern, it starts on page 2. So I will be working my way through the cutting chart and crossing things off as we go. So first thing we are going to start with is the vinyl. So again, I'm using this Blue Jay variegated Canuck vinyl from Galaxy Customs. And I like to draw on the back of my vinyl. Now, let me just kind of adjust this a little bit. There we go. Sorry, making everybody dizzy. Gotta love live. I draw on the back of my vinyl just with a regular ballpoint pen, but I do say exercise caution when you're doing that. I know this isn't going to show through this vinyl. If I was using a light colored vinyl or a softer vinyl, I would use a pencil. But I know it's fine with the Canuck vinyls, and I'm using a darker color, so it's all good. I just would hate for it to show through. Lavanya. I don't see Lavanya there. Who's Lavanya? Is that Bomb Cherry? Is your name Lavanya? Okay, so there are actually minimal pattern pieces, which is great. And then there's some measurement cuts as well. So I'm going to start on page 2. We are going to get from exterior a cut on the fold to exterior fabric. So we're going to do all of our exterior fabric first, and then we'll come back and we will do the lining fabric. Do you guys hear that? That is a water bomber or 2 going overhead, fighting the 4 wildfires. I think it's 4 we have all around us. I'm surrounded by fires right now. You have no idea what it's like here. It is like over 30 degrees Celsius, but it's dark outside because the smoke is so heavy and there's falling ash everywhere and it's super windy, so this isn't good. So you are going to hear a lot of airport noise. I am only about 5 blocks away from the airport, and the fire rescue and the wildfire people are working really hard. So I do apologize for the sound, but they're saving us. There goes another one. Do you hear it? Let me see here. You don't have this pattern, Rhonda? Oh my gosh, you will want it after you see the tutorial. Anna says, I started using charcoal pencils that are nice and dark, don't bleed through. Ooh, where do you get charcoal pencils from, Anna? Do you carry them? Maybe you should. I would switch to charcoal pencil. I have a hard time using regular pencils because I find that I just can't see them. Nicole, oh, you don't have this pattern either, Nicole? You guys are like, this is one of my favorites. Hi, Kathy. I'm so glad you could catch the live as well. I'm just saying all of my hellos. What, you have an idea, Nicole? What's your idea? You can't hear the planes? They're so loud. There goes another one. I think that's 3 overhead. You know what? Kamloops is always on fire in the summer, so I'm kind of used to it. I'm just a little more stressed because my brother-in-law's farm is at stake, and it's been in my husband's family for well over 100 years, and he just doesn't need that stress right now, my brother-in-law. So, oh, you can get them anywhere, dollar store and Walmart. Oh, I guess they're just the ones that you do sketching with, huh? I'll have to look into that. Good idea. Have you guys never heard of this pattern? It is an old one. I wonder if I can find a copyright of it. But again, it's one of my favorites. I don't see a copyright on it. I don't know what year it came out. But I've been making this one since I started bag making. Oh, you're sorry about the fires around me? Oh, you have an idea about the fires around me. Yeah, I know, Nicole, you're from here, so you totally get it. Canadian fires, thank you. Okay, so swirling around. Please do let me know if you like this format for my lives. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this after the fact. It's a little bit more chatty, I guess, than the ones I've done before, but I'll try not to be too chatty and we'll get through it. Yes, everybody check out this pattern. Oh, look at all the hearts. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I will be using up this scrap piece at some point in time, but not for this piece because it's not big enough. So remind me that I have that. So I draw everything out onto the back of my vinyl. When I buy my vinyl, I buy them in these half-yard rolls, so these 18-inch rolls by 54-ish. Is it 54 inches, Anna? I think so, 52 or 54 inches. And I always buy 2 because that's what I do. Usually you can get a project out of 1, but I like to have a backup for if I want to do something matching or in case I make a mistake. So, okay, let me just... Top panel B. Let me just reacquaint myself with this pattern. Cut on fold. Take your top panel B, please. Okay, so we are going to cut 2, or we're going to draw 2 of these out. There goes another plane. Make sure your salvage isn't showing. I am good there. So we're going to go ahead and draw these out. Now the reason I like to draw them out is if I don't have enough or my placement is wrong, I can always redraw it and make better use of my vinyl. So I have very little scrap. That is my goal. So we want to draw 2 of these. Now if you're doing this in cottons, which you can definitely just cut this on the fold. Because I'm using a vinyl, I don't want to fold it. So I do like my little bloop bloops there. And then I just flip this over, match up my little bloop bloops. This is Brandy language. And continue drawing on the opposite side. You like my language of bloop bloops? Yeah, most of Galaxy Customs vinyls are 18 by 54. Anna, you've never made this either? What? Have I just been keeping this one a secret? I don't believe I've never done a tutorial on it, but maybe I made all of these before I was doing tutorials. Again, this is one of the first patterns I made. I've made so many. I think one year for Christmas and birthdays, this is what everybody got. I've actually never made a feminine one before though, so, and I'm not today either. Okay, so again, when I cut things out, I try to leave the top best I can in case there is scrap and I can use that for a crossbody strap for a future project. But if I need to cut into it, I will. But I'm going to kind of leave this top a 4-inch wide thing. That's a Brandy thing that nobody has to do that. I just always find that sometimes that could be the crossbody strap for another project that you're using the same vinyl with. So we will see how we do here. So I'm drawing out my second one. Make sure, like there's a fold line right here, make sure that is open because we will tuck that in for when we go to do the lining. We'll be cutting that out. So make sure it's folded open right now. Catherine's never made it either. Sticky outy thingies. Yes, I talk funny. Pattern is above there. Thank you, John. It's also down in the description if you can't see the chat. Or you can just look up the Blue Calla page. Again, another Canadian designer. And it's called the Juniper Toiletries Tote. Now, it'll be fun in this tutorial is I am actually going to be putting piping on. I don't know if I've ever done piping in a tutorial. I know I have a how to make piping tutorial, which I really need to redo, but I have new piping feet that I got for my Titan, and I'm super excited to actually try them out. And I will be making my own with this vinyl, and I will be using the foam piping, what is it called, from Galaxy Kustoms for the guts of my piping. So, okay. So this is called, again, Anna, tell me what the name is. I'm terrible when it comes to that stuff. So this is exterior A, so I'm just going to label exterior. Okay. And this is just how I cut out all of my bags. Okay, so this pattern piece I know I'm going to have to use again, so I'm going to put it back in my to be cut out pile because I will be coming back to that one. I'll take my cutting list and I'm going to cross out 2 exterior fabrics of exterior A. Okay, so for those pieces, I'll still have to cut out my foam interfacing, but I will do that off camera. Okay. Dash line cut on the fold. Let me just double check here. Okay, now I still need that pattern piece. Do I? Yes. Did I use the right pattern piece? Yeah, I did. So the pattern is written a little bit different than her usual ones, so bear with me as I get... I just want to make sure I cut out the right ones. It's been a while. I did not. I did not. This is exterior A. Okay, so this pattern piece is top panel B, if I had read that. So we only need one of these. This is another reason, so this is a prime example. Again, I keep all mistakes in why I don't cut out right away, because I mixed up my pattern pieces. I only need one of these. So this one here, I will be drawing over top for other pieces, because it says top panel B for exterior. And I was wrong there too. Cutting out the Juniper Toiletries Tote, take 2. Okay, we're going to redo this. So, top panel B, going back to this. This is the one for the exterior. We are going to want to fold along that dotted line and draw out our exterior for that. So, pretend I didn't do all this. Again, this is a prime example why I do not cut out beforehand. So, I'm going to draw one of these. And I'm going to use a different color so I know my mistake now. Oh, Anna says that foam piping cord 4 32 inches. That's what I will be using. Okay. So I've jumped over now. I haven't cut out my exterior A's. I mixed up my pieces, assuming this was my exterior. Again, I haven't made this in a while. And I always keep my mistakes in. And actually, I'm glad I made this mistake because, it shows exactly why, for me, I always draw my pattern pieces out first. So again, we're doing one of these on the fold, or with that folded end edge here. Again, it's on the fold. I'm now doing it in red pen because I don't want to accidentally cut out my blue pen marks, and I'm redrawing this out to correct my error. So you only need one of these at the exterior. Let's hear it for drawing out the pattern pieces first, yay Brandy. Yeah, that's yeah. I would like to say I did it on purpose. I totally did it on purpose, just to show you guys, right? I'm glad you're here to help me too. Okay. So I kind of jumped ahead. I think I grabbed this one just because it is the main top shape of the bag, and in my head that was exterior A piece, but it wasn't. So this piece is on the second page. Okay, and I'm going to go top panel. Ooh, that's a crazy motorcycle driving by. Little crotch rocket. Top panel B, exterior. Okay. We will be revisiting this piece, so we're going to put it aside. Anna says, our foam piping cord holds amazing shape and creates a beautiful backbone for many projects. It's all I use as well. Yeah, I have rolls upon rolls of cotton cording. Like, I bought it in bulk, and now all I use is the stuff from Galaxy Customs. Man. Okay, so now this is our exterior pattern piece A. This is what I thought we were drawing the first place. So we're going to draw two, and I'm actually going to put them on top of each other. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm using the red pen now. That's why I have this multiple, because I make these mistakes all the time. Cynthia says, smart idea to draw out the pattern piece first, then cut out. Yeah, because if I had cut these out right now and this is my only roll of this, I would have been crying. Okay, so the reason I'm cutting this piece upside down is I'm going to be doing two, and I'm going to flip them on top of each other. So when I cut it, I can just cut along that straight edge. So we need two of these exterior A pieces. Again, I'm doing my little bloop bloops because it's on the fold. Flip this over. It's probably super confusing because you can see those blue lines. Just follow my red lines now. I hope you guys are okay when I keep my mistakes in. I think it's best to keep mistakes. Well, not that I could edit it out because it's live, but even in my tutorials, I keep my mistakes in because then hopefully you'll learn from my mistake and won't make it yourself. And when we do the classes, trust me, everybody that's a member of the classes has seen my mistakes. They've caught me making mistakes. Right, guys? I know it. Hi, Karen. I'm cutting out the Juniper Toiletries Tote by Blue Calla, and we're following my red lines because I made a mistake already drawing out my pattern pieces, mixing them out. So ignore the blue lines. We're doing the red lines. So yes, I like to keep my mistakes in because we all make mistakes. I've been making bags for over 4 years and I still make mistakes all the time, and I don't want to appear that I do everything perfectly because I can edit my videos. I want to show you guys that I make mistakes every single day, and if I can show you how I overcome those mistakes, even better. Okay, so this is exterior A, so I can write those, and again we'll have to do two foam interfacings for this as well, but I'll do that off camera. Exterior A, exterior A. And again, the reason I did them on top of each other is that's one rotary blade cut rather than doing multiple rotary ones. Karen, you haven't made this one either? Oh my gosh. Okay, I am so incredibly glad I am doing this tutorial now because I thought everybody had made this bag. I love this bag. And I don't believe I don't have a tutorial on it, but I made it before I was doing tutorial, so. You like the added stress when I make mistakes? Why? Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm making mistakes. All right, so I don't need this pattern piece anymore, except for to cut the interfacing. So I will put this in the interfacing pile. Okay, back to the list. So I'm gonna cross off on my cutting chart, exterior A, exterior, once again. And then I can also do the top B piece. Keep in mind the top B piece, so this piece we did here, this piece will be backed with fusible fleece. You're excited for this one? Yay! Well, hopefully I'll get it done and up for this weekend. We will see. Okay, exterior fabric, bottom C. So I'm just jumping through my list and just picking out everything that says exterior to do first, and then I'll go back to the beginning and do everything that says lining. Exterior from my bottom B pieces. I don't think I have a pattern piece for that. Oh, I do. Let me quickly just cross off the measurements here, because I don't want you to see the measurements, because I can't give the measurements, and they're also written in the pattern. So I'm just going to cross it off so you can't see them, because I do have a pattern piece for this, but the measurement is on it. Okay, so I've crossed it out so you can't see it. So again, I've left this whole top thing in thoughts for future that I don't think I'm going to be using this whole piece of vinyl. So I want to keep a length for a crossbody strap. So if I do, and I know I will make another bag in this vinyl, I know I don't have to take into account that I need a second roll just for the crossbody strap. I have scrap for that. So do I have a finished one? Catherine, I do not, because I gave them all away, and I have not made one for my husband. But I will show you, because it's the front of the pattern. Whoops. And this is a blue Calla picture, so I know I can show it. But that's what it looks like. And I will have a meet the bags video and everything for you guys to see. So I will definitely give you a tour of it all at that point. But I don't have one with me right now. But it's awesome. And it has a really unique construction. Where'd it go? My pen. Okay. So we're going to draw one on bottom C piece. And this will also have foam interfacing, as well as if you're using cotton, you will want to use a woven interfacing. So I'm going to go ahead. Whoops. I'm doing this in red. And I may have to use this. We will see. I'm going to work my way across here first. So you know what? I'm going to do it this way. I think this is better use of my vinyl this way. So that's my fold line there. Do my bloop bloops. That's going to be my new favorite word. And every time I say bloop bloop, Dexter tilts his head. He's over here. He's like, what? What's bloop bloop? I'm all kinds of crazy. I know. So again, you could use a ruler for this if you wanted to. And just so I know which way is my top, I'm going to just go this way so I know this is the direction my pattern piece is going. And then I don't have to measure it later. So this is bottom. And we're almost past my mistake of the blue marks. Okay, so go and cross that off. Exterior fabric vinyl for bottom. And we will not need this piece again, because we do not need lining of this, because the exterior is 2 pouches. So it's 2 zipper pouches on top of this toiletries tote. So this can go into the to be cut interfacing basket back here. So you can see back here, can you see my baskets I have there? So I will have my finished pieces and my to be interfaced pieces here. Okay, going through, finding more things marked exterior on my page here. I need, it's more lining fabric than this than exterior fabric. A vinyl accent strip E. Let's make sure I read my pattern pieces properly. Accent strip E is this one here. And we need 2 of these. So once again, I'm going to do them upside down like this so I have 1 cut line. Actually, I may do them this way because they're kind of the same height, and I think that gets the most use out of, well, maybe not, out of my vinyl. No, I'm going to go this way because then I might be able to do that. Again, this is how my head works. I hate wasting vinyl or fabric because it's expensive. So again, that's why I draw things on, so I can kind of get the most out of it rather than just going in and taking the risk of not having enough or wasting a whole bunch. So, but everybody can cut the way they like it. This is just the way I do it. So that's accent strip A. And I'm going to do another one right on top of it, and I'm going to follow that line I drew. So that's one rotary cutter cut to save me time. Now, for those of you who don't take my membership classes, this is the format we do the classes in, exactly like how we're doing this cutting video. Just if you needed an idea of what the views look like and what the classes offer, and you get to talk to me like this. So this is very similar. There was no bloop bloop for this one because it's not on the fold, Dawn. I'm cutting two of them. The bloop bloop is for on the fold. So we have accent E, accent E, and we don't need anything else from this. So this is a pattern piece that is done. So I'll just put it aside for attaching this once I've cut it out. Yes, I did give them away, Dawn. You're right. Okay, so that is vinyl accent C. That area is all done. I'm going to cross that right off. Peltex, handle. Oh, I probably totally could have used the scrap pieces for some of that, but we will use that now. I probably could have did my accent E's on here to use up my scrap. Let me see what else I need here. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Okay, so now I am actually going to put the camera up to face because I am now going to be cutting a measured piece, and I do not think I have a pattern piece for that, and I don't. And I can't give out those measurements. So you'll see me draw it out. You're just not going to be able to see the table. So this is the new thing that we are trying out. Do you know what? I'm not going to be able to use up this piece. It's too small. I'll save that for a different day. So I need to cut two handles by the measurements that are on. Where do I want to draw these? I think I'm going to draw them up here. So the reason I'm doing this so you can't see it is you can't see my measurements. Yes, you're graduating from the 6-month class I took Thursday night, so maybe I'll get to take the membership up again. Yay, Lynn, yes, definitely. Join us. We miss you. Okay. So I'm going to draw these both at the same time. I'm not going to tell you what my measurements are. Where do I want to put these? Do you know what? I am going to be using this full pattern, or this full piece of vinyl, I think, because I still have to do my piping out of this. I'm doing bloop loops. And doing math in my head. Okay. I didn't remember there being that many. Oh no, I only have to do one. That's why. You only have to do one handle piece. I'm going to do it over here. I'm not making a purse, Brandy. You're not making a purse. You are doing other stuff. Okay. So I'm going to have a little bit of waste here, but that's okay. So I'm cutting my handle piece. Math in my head. Okay, that'll be there. And for my handle, I am marking my center dotted line. That'll make one less thing I have to do when I go to make this handle. Handle. Okay. So let me see. One vinyl exterior. So that's done. And now I need my zipper pull tabs. They're again measured pieces. So I am going to use this space in here. You can't see it because again, they are measured pieces. I'm going to use my smaller ruler. Does this work okay? Just letting you know, I just can't show you the actual measurement. So we are now doing 2 zipper pull tabs. And I'm going to use up this space right here. Using up a little bit of my negative space here to draw out 2 zipper tabs. That's one. That actually worked out really good. Zip tab. Zip tab. Works perfect. I think it's, I couldn't have been able to get this view with my old setup. So I think this is just something that's going to solve my problem. So. To exterior fabrics. Okay. And then I just have to do my piping. Oh my gosh. Anna, are you still there? I need my queen of everything piping. So we have a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance for this pattern. And to make my piping, if I cut it at 1.5 inches of my vinyl, will that work? Anybody that makes their own piping, it's been a long time, but I know Anna does a lot of making her own piping. When I've done this pattern before, I've used pre-made piping, but this one I'm making my own. So if I cut it at 1.5 inches, will that be more than enough to get a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance? I'm hoping Anna's still there because I know she'll be able to answer that question for all of us. Or if anybody else has that answer. So I think that's all I have left to cut out. Zipper pulls done. Zipper pull tabs, I mean. Da 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 da, Anna. I think it will be fine. Oh wait, Anna says 1.5 inches is a bit too big. You need to count 1.25 inches. Perfect, thank you. I knew you would have that answer for me. Except it's been a long time since I've done that. Actually made piping. So we need, I can put this back down because piping is not a measurement in the pattern, but we need 36 inches of piping. I'm going to go ahead and do 40. Actually, I could just do 36 because that'll work out with this ruler. At 1.25 inches. Anna says she just made some piping yesterday for the Maggie 55 dot kit and it's 3/8 seam allowance as well. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking my 18-inch ruler here and I am going to draw out 30 inches of piping because I will be making my own piping. How do I want to do this? So I'm going to draw out the bottom first and I'm putting it along this line here. So that's one cut. I will have a little bit of waste, but that's okay because I need 36 inches. But I still have a crossbody straps like here. For some reason, that is just very important to me because I'm super weird. Okay, there's my bloop and my bloop. Because I want to do 2 lengths of this ruler. Oh, that might not be enough. I don't have enough. Okay. So my plan of saving crossbody strap isn't going to work because I need to use the full length of this. So let's redraw that again. This is a prime reason why I draw things out. Anna, you should definitely do that. Put a piping cut chart and put it on your website. That would be awesome. Okay, so once again, going in and drawing out my piping measurements because I'll be making my own, and it will be 1.25 inches by 36 inches. 1.25. Quarter. I'm going to keep on going. And I might actually just go just a smidgen longer just to make sure I have enough. Again, it's been a long time since I have made piping, so. Oh, my phone's going nuts. Okay, so that is my 2 rulers lengths because this is an 18-inch ruler. I am just going to go just 4 inches longer, just to err on caution that I do have enough, so may as well. So again, if you're doing this in vinyl, it does take up, if you're doing your piping, the majority of an 18-inch roll. I also want to do my halfway mark. What's 1 1/4 inches divided by 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. 5/8. Does that sound about right? No. Okay, this will be my roundabout center line. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Just like my handle, I'm just doing a center line down the middle, and that'll just help me later on when I go to place my piping in there. Because I do use double-sided tape when I do my piping to hold that cording in place. Okay. Cynthia, you've never used piping? Oh my gosh. Piping is fun, but it can be cumbersome sometimes, but it is definitely really, really pretty. Okay, so let's double check our cutting chart, seeing as I'm all over the place here today. I think that is everything for vinyl, so we can go ahead and we can cut all of this out. So again, I am going to have some scrap of this, but I have used up the majority of it. So I am a rotary cutter girl, as you know. I have, this blade is only on its 2nd project, so this is good. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm lucky because I have a super long cutting table, as you can see. Do you know what? I think I still have enough. I'm gonna measure it. Do I have 4 inches here? No, I could probably do a shorter crossbody strap with that. It's about 1/4 inch too short. Ooh, my lights are flashing. Okay, so there's my piping. I'm done with that. That can go in my finished bin. I'm trying to make, okay, so that wasn't anything I was cutting. I'm following the red lines. I'm going to just cut all this excess out of here so I can put it in my scrap bin. And then I'm going to make a note to put on my Galaxy Custom shopping list that I need some more of this vinyl because I have the scrap to use up and I need to use it up. That, or I might make wallets with it. We'll see. So yeah, you definitely can make some classic zipper rounds or something with this. That would work out good. So this is my scrap. This was a scrap piece I had before, and this is the scrap from 1 roll after cutting it all out in vinyl. So that's not too bad. We did pretty good, and we left usable pieces. So okay. Accente. And then I have my pattern piece, and I like to hold my pieces, even though I've marked on the back as well, but I have just these little hair clips to keep them all together. Make sure I'm not cutting anything I shouldn't. Bottom is here. That's that piece. Sithe, you'll have to give it a try. You may actually find you love the added look of the piping. The only time I struggle with piping is when it's a bound bag, but that is something I want to conquer. I want to master that. Start with cotton piping first because it's a little bit more forgiving than, say, vinyl piping. That's what I started with until Anna introduced me to vinyl piping, and I got my industrial, which made it even easier. Now you didn't miss anything, Dawn. I'm just cutting things out with a relatively new blade for once in my life here. So my exterior A pieces, pattern piece, put them together. Here's my zip tabs, or zip pulls, zip tab pulls. These are to hold on at the end of the bag when you're doing your zipper, just to make it so it's easier to open and close. Okay, and my top panel V piece. So if I hadn't made that mistake in the very beginning, you would see it did not take very long to cut out this exterior at all. All right. And I'm not going to put this with the pattern piece yet. It'll actually go with this, but we still need this pattern piece. So that is it. So that is all of our vinyl pieces. Not too bad. Set that aside for now, and then we can work on the lining. I have some more Timmy's. It's turning into iced coffee now. What's everybody's favorite Tim Hortons drink? Do you know what I'm going to do that in this live video? If you're watching this after the fact, and if you're watching it right now, put in the comments how you take your coffee. And if you've had Tim Hortons before. Not a paid advertisement. I just really like Tim Hortons. You guys know how during my live videos I like to say, post this in the comments or post that in the comments. And it just lets me know, gives me a little bit of an idea how long people are hanging on, or who's all seeing it. So, and it's fun. Okay, so again, I'm using this waterproof canvas. I think I'm going to cut some of this off because I have like quite a bit here, and I don't want to be working with all of that at one time because it's just too long. I think I have like 5 meters here, so I'm actually gonna, I know I've already worked on one edge of this just so I don't have as much stuff hanging out here. Alrighty, this is orange. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the beginning and start looking down our cutting chart for lining stuff. Okay, top panel B. So we're revisiting this pattern piece. So now for the lining, for the exterior piece, we had it folded under. Now we want to make sure it is unfolded, and we are going to be cutting one of these on the fold. And I'm actually going to put it on the fold. Just make sure you press this down really good. Put this on that fold. Oopsies. And on the fold, I like to squish that fold a little bit with these clips as well, just so I'm not getting, and you know, especially with canvas, you know how that can almost add like an extra 1/8 of an inch or so if you don't have that crease really tight. What do we have here? Coffee with favorite creamer, grande non-fat caramel macchiato. Yum, yum, yum. Starbucks is yummy. Nothing wrong with Starbucks. Okay. So yes, for my pattern, or for my fabric pieces, I don't draw it out because, I mean, you can't always get the pen out. So, so I put my pattern piece down and I cut it out. Did I take it on? Okay, good. Making sure I have it unfolded. And again, if you're using cotton lining, you would back this with a medium woven interfacing. Because I'm using a waterproof canvas, I don't have to. Alrighty. And that is what that looks like. So I think we're done with this piece. Lining, one exterior, we're good. So I can take this, my exterior piece, and keep them together. Okay, so I can cross off that. Done my top panel B. I don't need to do a bottom piece. Lining D. All right. Okay, so these ones have like a, look, it's well loved. I have it cut there. So we need 4 of these on the fold. So I'm only going to cut 2 at a time just because I'm using a thicker waterproof canvas and that would be really hard on my hands. Sometimes I would go ahead and do 4 at a time, but I'm not going to worry about it today because I'll throw this away. But I am going to do 2 at a time. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to go from this opposite side. So I'm going to fold this up on itself. Doesn't matter if it's wrong side or right sides together. No, it doesn't matter. So mine is wrong sides together. I'm going to make sure I have enough height for the pattern piece. I have this fold here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half again to do 2 at a time. See, it creates 1, 2 folds, which means we will be cutting 2 of these on the fold at the same time. Because I like to make things as fast as I possibly can. So we will be doing this twice because we need 4 of these. So again, I'm pressing that down best I can. I'm going to put some clips on there to keep it nice and flat. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 out. Again, if I was using cotton, I would do 4 folds and cut all 4 at the same time, but I'm going to go all the way up. So these are the linings of those 2 zipper pockets that we will be making. And if we did that right, we should have 2. 1, 2. Okay, and let's do that again. Again, up on the fold. Tall enough for our piece. It is. Fold in half to make the 2 folds. You can also cut them all separate. I'm just all about saving time. The cutting of a bag is my least favorite thing to do. I love choosing the fabrics. I love sewing it up. I do not like cutting and interfacing. So I just want to get that part done as fast as I possibly can. But accurately, with no mistakes, obviously, right? So I'm hopeful that I will get this tutorial done before I go away to Calgary on Thursday morning. I have 2 days to get it done. And nothing else on the agenda except for wingtip covers. but I think I need a break from those right now, so I'll probably continue those when I get back, and then I'll get to do the class tutorials for August. So we should have 2 more of these if we did them right. 1, 2. So that is 4 lining D's on the fold. Probably shouldn't have left that down here. That's okay. Okay, so we'll cross that off. 4 is done. We did the accent strip. And that's it. That's it. That's all, you guys. That was it for the lining. So all there's left to cut out is your foam interfacing. But again, I usually use my pattern pieces that I've already cut out as my template for that. And there are 2 pattern pieces that are measurements as well that are for your heavy stabilizer, your Peltex, or your Decovil Heavy. Or there's 3 pieces that you will have to cut out as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me just double check to make sure nothing was forgotten. I don't think anything was. So yeah, pretty fast cutout, minus my mistake in the beginning, but now you guys understand why I draw things out like I do, because I go rogue, and I think I know the pattern more than the pattern does, and it usually bites me in the butt. So I like the whole process. You cut out 2 bags at a time. Nice. Good job, Cynthia. All right. So yeah, how long is this video? I can't see. It doesn't show me how long it is. How long have we been in here? So we can say how long it took. 61 minutes. So it does say 61 minutes. So we were a little bit chatty. I would say this maybe would have been, if I hadn't made that mistake, half hour, 40 minutes to cut out, if that. And super fast to interface, because interfacing is fast. So yes. Any questions about cutting out the Juniper Toiletries Tote before we go? Because I'm going to start sewing this up this afternoon, and I'm going to start that tutorial as soon as we are off here. So let me know, what did you think of the cutting videos live rather than pre-recorded? Better? I think so. And again, with the measurements, how I go to face up rather than having it face down, so I don't give away those measurements, which I am not allowed to do because it's not my pattern. You have to own the pattern to get those. And also, if you plan on making this bag, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'd like to know. As this chat goes absolutely silent. Okay, if there are no questions, again, thank you, Anna, for helping out with the piping questions. You loved it, Cynthia? Good. Okay, so I think I will be doing cutting videos like this going forward. So once we're done cutting, there won't be much chatting afterwards. We'll save all that fun chatting for when I do the weekly live check-ins. I don't know if I'll be doing my weekly live check-in this week. They're not really weekly. I just changed it to check-in. I'll probably do it when I get back from Calgary, and I can show you the stuff that I buy there. Yeah, and again, for those of you that are not part of the classes, this kind of gives you a taste of what the classes look like. So yeah, we have about, I want to say we have 51 people in classes. I can't remember if it's 51 or 61. It's one of the two. And this is the format that they are, where we're chatting back and forth like this, and the camera view is like that. You can see me cutting things out, and yeah, it's worked really great so far. We got such a great sense of community there. For August, we will be doing, again, I shouldn't be saying this because this is a cutting video, but yes, I will be doing the tutorials for August. You can check out the last live for what those bags are. Okay, so yes, I'm going to work hard next to get this tutorial going. This is live for everybody to see, and stay tuned for the Meet the Bags video and the tutorial. Thank you everybody for joining me in this cut, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.